Rome did not destroy Carthage because it was barbaric or backward. Rome destroyed Carthage because it was efficient, organized, rich, and dangerously modern for the ancient world. 2,000 years ago, while Rome was still improvising its institutions and learning how to rule itself, Carthage had already solved problems most civilizations would not figure out for centuries. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Almost everything you think you know about Carthage comes from Roman propaganda. Carthage was not a random rival. It was a Mediterranean superpower built by Phoenician traders who understood something Rome did not for a very long time. Wealth, logistics, and systems could be more powerful than endless conquest. While Rome expanded by absorbing and exhausting its enemies, Carthage expanded by connecting markets, controlling sea routes, and optimizing trade. This was not accidental, it was engineered. By the 3rd century BCE, Carthage controlled a trade network stretching from modern Spain to North Africa, from Sicily to the Atlantic coast. Its economy was not based on plunder, it was based on flow. Goods, resources, information, and labor moving efficiently across the sea. Carthaginian merchants mastered seasonal winds, currents, and coastlines. They were not just sailors, they were logisticians, planners, and risk managers of the ancient world. And this is where Rome realized it was outmatched. Carthage built the most advanced navy of the ancient world through standardization. Their warships were not handcrafted one by one. They were assembled from standardized components, allowing ships to be produced, repaired, and replaced at a speed Rome could not match. This was mass production long before factories existed. And when Rome decided to challenge Carthage at sea, it did not innovate, it copied. A captured Carthaginian ship became the blueprint for the Roman navy. But naval power was only one layer of the problem. Carthage's agricultural system was so advanced that even Rome, after destroying the city, could not ignore it. Carthaginian agronomists wrote detailed manuals on soil management, irrigation, crop rotation, and yield optimization. These were not folk traditions, they were technical documents. Rome translated them, preserved them, and used them for centuries. Rome burned the city, but kept the science. Urban life in Carthage shattered another myth. This was not a chaotic sprawl of mud and stone. Carthage had organized street grids, multi-story residential buildings, drainage systems, and functional zoning that separated industrial, residential, and commercial areas. It was dense, it was vertical, it was planned. And archaeological evidence suggests living standards in Carthage were higher than in many Roman cities of the same era. This was not a military camp pretending to be a city. It was a functioning urban system. So why did Carthage not simply conquer Rome? Because it did not need to. Carthage did not believe domination required occupation. Its power came from controlling ports, choke points, and trade corridors. It relied on professional soldiers rather than citizen armies, allowing its population to focus on production, trade, and administration. Rome saw this as weakness. It was not. It was specialization. Carthage was optimized for stability, not endless war, and that difference became fatal. Rome was built for conflict. Its society revolved around expansion, land seizure, and military prestige. When these two systems collided, it was not just a war between cities, it was a war between futures. Carthage represented a world driven by commerce, infrastructure, and efficiency. Rome represented a world driven by conquest and control, and only one could dominate the Mediterranean. The Punic Wars were not inevitable. They happened because Rome understood a simple truth. As long as Carthage existed, Rome could never fully dominate the ancient world. Carthage did not need to defeat Rome militarily, it only needed to outcompete it economically, and over time, Rome would lose that battle. So Rome made a decision that would shape history. After the Third Punic War, Rome did not negotiate, it did not integrate, it annihilated. Carthage was besieged, starved, and destroyed street by street. Its population was killed or enslaved. Its buildings were torn down, its culture erased. Rome did not just conquer Carthage, it erased it. Then Rome controlled the story. Roman historians portrayed Carthage as cruel, decadent, and corrupt. They emphasized human sacrifice, painted Carthaginian leaders as treacherous, and framed Rome as the reluctant hero. Almost every surviving account of Carthage comes from Roman writers. The winners did not just write history, they filtered it. Think about what was lost. Libraries, maritime science, economic systems refined over centuries, administrative knowledge we never recovered. What survived did so only because Rome found it useful. Carthage was not behind Rome, it was ahead of it. It represented a world where power did not come from legions marching across land, but from systems moving silently across the sea. And that world threatened Rome more than any army ever could. And Rome made sure it would never return, not by defeating it once, but by making sure the future would forget it.